This video is sponsored by Serious Readers, the lighting company. Made in the UK, the Serious Light range offers a solid build and high quality lighting solution for all your hobby needs. The high definition light that I use comes with adjustable head and neck, adjustable beam and dimmer, low heat and low energy, and boasts the closest match to real daylight using LED daylight wavelength technology. Good lighting is essential for hobbying on a small scale and for protecting your eyes from strain. Lights come with a 30-day free trial and 5-year warranty, and when you use the link and code in the video description below, you'll receive a free compact light with your order. Happy painting and enjoy the video. Alright, so welcome to this 2000 points battle. It's the knockout stage here for our Season 10 battle reports. There's 7 armies remaining. We've played one of the knockout games. One of the armies has been eliminated. You can check out that game. It's over on YouTube channel membership here. But we're on the second knockout battle, Necrons versus Thousand Suns. One of these armies will go through and one will be eliminated. So at this stage, just to mention the patrons, big thanks to them for their support. Just a change in format here, just so we can get straight into the lists. I'll call out the gold level patrons as their dice comes up, so they get names shouted out at some point during our game, and also patronic dice to use during the battle as well. At the end of the battle, I'll call out the silver level patrons, and in the end credits, you'll see all the patrons, including those supporting at bronze. It's big thanks to everyone supporting on Patreon, and the funds go to help support the channel, and also SSWG Wargames Club. Just because the names, there's a good number of gold level patrons now, it's grown in size, and instead of me reading out names just every single battle report, they still get the names shouted out, but it'll just be at the point where they are called upon to assist with the gold level patronic dice. So for Necrons here, this is my Necron collection. Tom Covey is going to run them. He's very familiar with Necrons, and he'll gladly run them here against the Thousand Suns. I'm going to take command of my own Thousand Suns force. So for the Necrons here, it is a double patrol, just to get my 4 HQ choices in the list. So that costs 2 CP. 2 relics being taken, 2 CP, and then Hand of the Pharaoh being taken as well, being put onto the Warlord here, Ramses. So 6 command points being spent in total for the structure and loadouts here for this Necron list. This double patrol is the structure for them. Mephrit Dynasty across the board. HQ choices, no particular order. To start across here, it's the Warden. Conduit of Stars relic, unique to the Mephrit Dynasty, being taken for him. Then Necron Overlord being taken. He'll actually be the Warlord. Hand of the Pharaoh upgrade being granted to him. Then across here, Tamra, Necron Overlord on a Catacomb Command Barge. Gore's Cannon being taken for him. Warsive's been dropped and instead taking the Voltaic Staff relic, Resurrection Orb being given to him also. And then the 4th HQ choice is the Technomancer across here. It's the one that can move 10, the quicker one across the board. Then for troops here, 2 squads of 20 Necron Warriors. They're split 50-50. Gore's Flayers and then Gore's Blasters, 10 of each. in those squads 1 and 2. And then the third troops choice being taken is Necron Immortals squad of 10 of those with their Gauze Blasters. Yeah, I may have said they were Gauze Blasters. They're Gauze Reapers and Gauze Flares in the Necron Warrior squads. Then on to Elites, it is the Scorpec Destroyers, a squad of 6. Plasma Sight being taken with those as well. Hexmark Destroyers made a comeback into the list. The Cowboy being used here in this game. Then for Fast Attack, it's a stand-in substitute unit. I'm still a big fan of these. Triarch Praetorians, squad of 8 of those with their Particle Casters and Void Blades. And then shifting across to here, 6 Tomb Blades being taken. Shield Veins upgrade being given to those, and the 5+ invulnerable save as well. Particle Beamers is their shooting option for them. And then for heavy support, it's Locust Heavy Destroyers, squad of 3. There was 2, but I've painted an extra one. So 3 of them operating on the board. And then finally it's the Canoptic Doomstalker. It's a stand-in unit here, a substitute unit for other new Necron units that are on the way. But they're potent enough for sure. Difficult to crack, strong on objectives. We'll see how the Necrons cope against the psychic menace of the Thousand Sons. So that's the Thousand Sons list. Tom KOYO take command. Top level support on YouTube channel membership. For our Phoenix Lords, they, amongst other perks, they get allocated to units for all of our games, and they can follow the unit around to see how they get on. Richard Andrea across here on the Triarch Praetorians. Daniel Cunningham put him onto the Scorpec Destroyers for this game. Lucas Brown, Necron player, put him onto the Warlord here. Ramses. Ed Farrow, another Necron player, has gone on to Tem and Ra for this game. JP requests something sneaky, so we put him onto the Cowboy for this battle. Longbow BB onto the Tomb Blades, and then Andrea Stewart here onto the Locust Heavy Destroyers. That's Phoenix Lords operating here with the Necrons. We'll take a look now and see what the Thousand Sons have in their list. Alright, so 2,000 points, 1,000 Suns, Chaos Space Marines. Haven't used them in a while, but they're back. They earned their points early on in the league, and they stayed high enough in the group stage to make it through. So they did perform well, but it's a fresh challenge for them here. Actually taking on the Necrons, last year's champions, so this is a tough one. Who knows, perhaps the winner of this one could go on to become channel champion. We shall have to see. So 1,000 Suns here run a battalion and a patrol, so that's going to cost me some command points straight away. Also taking 2 relics and a single Warlord trait as well. Cult of Time across the board for these. HQ choices in no particular order. First, in top left hand corner, is the Dim Prince across here, giving him wings, and then taking the sword, the Hellforged sword upgrade for him. Then Psychic powers is Twist of Fate and Temporal Surge. The relic is the Hourglass of Manat, so he gets to resurrect once during the battle. And then Otherworldly Presence is his Warlord trait, so once during the game he can activate a 3+ invulnerable save. Then taking Exalted Sorcerer on disc, it's Disco Inferno across here. It's a Thydagara, however it's pronounced, relic. Basically means he can manifest psychic powers even if he falls back. He can advance and charge, and he will also make a 6-inch consolidation in close combat, and that can be in any direction. So I think he could even use it to get out of trouble and out of close combat. So that's him. Then 2 standard Exalted Sorcerers being taken as well. Better run through the psychic powers for these. So Disco Inferno is Desecration of Worlds and Temporal Surge. This one here with the wing, nicknamed Chicken Wing, across here, Temporal Manipulation and Presage. The one with the beak, known as Beaker, Weaver of Fates and Glamour of Zinch, 2 psychic powers being taken for him. Then, this is why I'm taking Battalion Patrol. It's 3 HQs plus 2 others from the patrol, so it's 5 HQs in total. And then Araman on the Disc of Zinch for him. Doombolt, Zinch's Firestorm, and Baleful Devolution being taken for him. Then on to troops choices. Here I need to fill up these troops slots just to keep the structure of the battalion and the patrol. So 2 squads of Chaos Cultists, squads of 10. 2 squads of 10 Zangors being taken with Zangor blades. And they're also taking a squad of 10 Rubik Marines here, Soul Reaper Cannon being given to that squad as the only upgrade. empiric guidance is the psychic power given to the aspiring sorcerer. Then on to elites, terminators, full squad of 10 with their Kapesh blades and the storm bolters, but no further upgrades for them at all. Just the staff there on the aspiring sorcerer. Psychic power for those is Weaver of Fates. Then also taking Chaos Spawn, a unit of 1 and a unit of 5. And then for heavy support, it's 2 Mauler Fiends being taken with their Mauler Fiend Fists and Lasher Tendrils. That's the list here for the 1000 Suns. It's like an onion. You sort of have the Mauler Fiends on the edge, the first layer. Then you've got to get through the cheaper stuff here, and then the heavier infantry. And once you pass them, then you can get through to the middle of the onion here, these dangerous psychers. And the idea is the 1000 Suns shield and just keep kicking out psychic powers from one turn to the next, grinding the opposing force down. So that's the plan. We'll see if it works against the Necrons. So Phoenix Lords allocated across here as well. Top level support and YouTube channel membership. Chris Comiskey, put him onto Disco Inferno for this game. Michael Fryer onto Araman. Then Chef onto the Chaos Spawn. Ray Cross onto the Terminators. Ben Shaw onto the Dim Prince. And then finally Mephisto and Amy Elmo onto the 2 Mauler Fiends. That's the list here for both sides. Tough battle, this one. We'll see who emerges victorious. We'll go on to scenario and deployment next for this knockout league battle. Right, so we have a scenario. Gone to Tempest of War. This time we randomise our games. It's just with the dice roll. So it's Hammer and Anvil deployment for this one. Playing end to end. 1000 Suns will be at this end of the board, marked by the yellow dice. And marked by the yellow dice at this end will be the deployment zone for the Necrons. Claim the battlefield is the mission. Turn 2 onwards, the control of 1 or more objective marker on the board is worth 5 points. 2 or more is worth another 5 points. And then the third parameter here is you score 2 victory points for each objective marker that is currently claimed by your army. To claim an objective, I had a discussion about the rules for this. To claim an objective marker, you need to take an objective secured unit or an infantry keyword unit, perform an action at the end of movement phase, and it's completed at the end of your turn, then you count as having claimed that objective. No enemy units in any phase, if they go near it, then you don't claim it. So you've got to clear it, hold it, perform the action all the way through to the end of your turn. And then you can pick up the points. And each one that you do is worth 2 victory points for performing that action. So objectives, there's 5 of them. Home objective for the 1000 Suns placed inside this ruin. Home objective for the Necrons, it's just in there behind the burnt out Blood Angels tank. Then there's 3 objectives in no man's land, one there for the Necrons. 1000 Suns plays this one halfway along their left hand flank, and this one here just near their deployment zone. So that's the 5 objectives on the board. So you reckon for this rule, to claim those points, you don't just perform it once, then just harvest the points at one turn to the next. You've actually got to perform the action every turn to keep those points flowing in. So we're going to play it that way for this battle. And then the other mission rule is Scrambler Fields. So there's restrictions on deploying infiltrating units or pre-game moves or flanking units. You can't land on or deploy on objectives. So there's some restrictions with that here for Scrambler Fields for this scenario. I just mentioned terrain. Obscuring terrain, we're going to play for the large ruins and also the structure across here. Minotaur armored container rules for this one. Containers across there. There's some tank traps dotted about, barricades, and then we'll count these as ruins as well as being obscuring as well. That's the terrain here for this game. So that's the scenario. We'll now start alternating placing units on the board next. Right, just to mention the battle mat and terrain that we're using in this game. So battle mat is from gamemat.eu. 6x4 in size, but I've just trimmed it off here with an upside down mat. You can get this one in the 60 inches by 44 for your regular games of 9th edition 40k. Also do double-sided mats available from them as well. And then for terrain, using 2 sets here from gamemat.eu. So it's their Gothic Ruins set across here, 1 set which is filling up most of the table. They're also using their industrial terrain set, which are these boxes, containers, and these structures across here as well. But check out gamemat.eu for your suppliers of battle mats, and also lots of pre-painted terrain sets available from them as well. Link in the video description below, and there's a discount code for you as well. Alright, so deployment's done for both sides. Strange game, this one here. So really what we're looking at is a string of objectives across here, 3 of them. That's good for the Thousand Suns if they can maintain position on those. But at the same time, can't castle up here for 9th edition with the cards. You could be required to do secondaries all over the board, so that flexibility needs to remain. For the Necrons, the home objective is this one here, which they intend to grab early on as well. So for the Thousand Suns, I have put, just aware of what cards might come up, just if we need a flanking unit, I've put one of the cultist units into reserve for a CP. Then on the left-hand side, just with the objective strong there, I've put the weight of our force over on this left-hand flank. One Mauler Fiend, so that's the Mephisto and Phoenix Sword. Then Chef on the larger squad of Spawn, the individual ones just there as well. Dim Prince of Wings, Zangors, the Terminators here, and then Disco Inferno and Araman himself with them also. Then behind the obscuring terrain, we're just cutting the angle off, just playing the hard edge of the board, so the angle's there, so hidden behind the terrain. With the Rubik Marines, then behind them is Beaker and Chicken Wing, and also unit cultists with those as well. Then just around the other side, I have put some units across the other side on the right-hand flank for the Thousand Suns. So that's the Mauler Fiend here, deploying aggressively. There is a path that it can go that way. And then just around here, sheltering behind here, may need to call upon these to see what's required. Unit Zangors on the right-hand side. Just aware the Necrons, if they wanted to, they could swing around here, this weaker flank, and try and go for the home objective for the Thousand Suns. Then here for the Necrons, mostly clustering around here, but on the right-hand side, some of the better shooty long-range units here. So the Locust Heavy Destroyers deploying just up to this piece of terrain here, Munitron Armor Container Rules for that one. And then the Canoptic Doomstalker here, just anchoring on the right-hand side. A very clear field of fire across into the Thousand Suns units there at long range. Then inside the ruin here, Triumph Praetorians just sheltering behind a unit of Immortals.
There is a character.
Oh, there is. Oh, yes, he is. He's in there. Yeah, okay, so the Warden's just buried in amongst them. Plasma Sight and the Scorpec Destroyers, a second stacked up close combat unit. Tamra there in the middle. Ramses just his left-hand side. Then in the gap between the two buildings is Necron Warriors, just getting ready to move out onto the objective. And then Technomancer just here. You can see the other squad of Necron Warriors on the left-hand side for the Necrons. And then just come around to the other side, you can see that second squad of Necron Warriors, then Tomb Blades on the left-hand side for the Necrons. And then one unit in reserve, it is the Cowboy to arrive, or the Hexmark Destroyer is the official name, to deep strike in turn 2 onwards. That's deployment done for both sides. So we're about to get going. Just going to update you on the state of the league at the moment. So we've said that one army's already been eliminated. You can check that battle out over on YouTube channel memberships. That's Grey Knights against Drukhari. One of those armies is gone. The other lineups that we have is Thousand Suns against Necrons, which are playing at the moment. The 2 other games to come, either on YouTube or they'll be on memberships. Orcs, my Orcs against Mike's Necrons. Be an interesting one. Then the full fixture is my Tau Empire against Mike's Custodes. So we've got those fixtures to look forward to. So it'll be knockout stage. That'll give us 4 armies, and those 4 armies will play against each other for a place in the grand final. Hopefully we'll play that just at the end of the year to finish off season 10. Okay, there's nothing to stop us rolling up to see who goes first.
I'm Xenos Phil.
That's right. 4. It's beatable, but it's a good roll. Yeah, this is an important game, and there are a couple of Thousand Suns helpers. We'll go to a neutral one for this one. Yeah, Peter Almo. 5 or 6 will do. I'm not sure if we want to go first. Not sure. We'll let the Patreon decide. Peter Almo. It's whole facing, and it's a 6. So the Thousand Suns will go first. Just wondering if the Necrons come forwards here, and then the Thousand Suns respond. But we're going to go first here with the Forces of Chaos that make the first move in this fight. So here we go. Thousand Suns, turn 1, coming up next. All right, so movement here for the Thousand Suns. Cautious enough from there, not going headlong towards the Necrons. With us going first and pushing up to here, it shortens the range for Tom when he pushes up. So Thousand Suns aware of that, so there's not too much we can do about it. We've got to push ahead, but don't want to stretch out too far and then present too easy a target for the Necrons when they mass their firepower. Sweeping across this flank, secondary is drawn. Secure no man's land. So it's grabbing no man's land objectives. We're going to go for that one. Attempting target. Tom gets to choose a primary objective. In no man's land, he's gone for that one. Thousand Sun's not going to reach that. And then deploy teleport home. I paid a CP to randomly generate that one. It was area denial the centre of the board, which was pretty much useless for us. But deploy teleport home, and that's getting behind enemy lines and deploying and doing that action. So not useful for us either. So really just one secondary here, doable here for the Thousand Suns at this point. It's pushing up here. Advanced moves made with the Maul of Order 4, so 14 inches pushed up in this direction, sitting on top of the objective. So angles of advanced up behind. Dim Prince characters, lookouts protected with the Maulafend if it survives. And then the infantry shifting through here. So Terminator's making a 5-inch move. And then Araman, Disco Inferno, the single spawn. And then the unit 5 just behind. These to sit behind the obscuring, starting to push through the ruins with the Rubik range and the two Psychers. And the other Maulafend, which is positioned there, I've swung around, gone over the barricade -2, and landed just there, just on patrol. And the other unit is angles, just tucked in that corner. They're going to stay where they are for now. So that's movement done for the Thousand Suns, but it's this kind of advance, diagonal advance from them, trying to grab hold of the 3 primary objectives. As far as that's concerned, they've done it at this stage. Psychic phase next. I think there'll be some psychic powers. It may well just be protecting and buffing powers for the Thousand Suns to try and manifest. All right, so psychic phase is actually complete for the Thousand Suns. Just resolved it off camera here. I had mostly buffs and bonuses going off. So first one is Weaver of Fates went off. 4+ invulnerable save. That's been granted to these. Then Glamour of Zinch went off onto the Terminator. It's going to be -1 to hit them. Just trying to protect and buff stuff as much as possible, just anticipating it's firepower and damage coming in from the Necrons. Temporal Surge was cast onto these, just a reshuffle with them so they could all get line of sight through here to the Necron Warriors, which they can see. And then Empiric Guidance, usually put it onto my own unit, but it's 12-inch range. Took it from the Aspiring Sorcerer on the Rubik range and transferred it over to here to give them +6 inches to their range. So Stormbolt is now range 30, and that puts them all nicely in range quite comfortably of the Necron Warriors. So we can expect a full volley from the Terminators. As I used Carbal points to, one of the powers failed by 1, I used Carbal points to push it up, and also used Carbal points to perform an action on one of the Psychers to give me a command point, and that went off. So command point gained. Tom's on 7 CP at this stage. Thousand Suns are also on 7 CP at this point in the game. Psychic phase is finished. The aggressive psychic powers just out of range here of a number of these, so have instead been buffing and blessing units as much as we can. We'll now go on to the shooting phase. Thousand Suns have some firepower available. Right, so on shooting phase here with the Terminators, I've played a couple of CPs or stratagems here. Infernal Fusillade to give me an extra shot, so 5 shots each. And then also using Wrath of the Wronged. So it's going to be +1 to the wound roll for their shooting as well against these Necron Warriors. So hitting on 3s, and then rerolling 1s for the friends nearby. The Sorcerers, give them the reroll 1s. So we'll take away, this is half the shots, so I'm doing 25 to start off with. Reroll those 2, which helps a little bit. And then Strength 4, Toughness 4. It's going to be 3 swoon now with the stratagem. So I highly doubt we're going to wipe out the Necron Warriors, but we'll give them something to think about here. It's 11 wounds so far. We'll do the other 25. So 3s. And then we'll re-roll the 1s. Take away the misses. Only a few. And then 3s to wound. Well, there'll be enough of a save to make here. Oh boy, this is looking kind of tasty actually. 16. 20, 27 saves to make here. I think it's going to be AP -2. Yeah, it's a little bit dangerous here, actually. Tom's going to do 5 at a time. He's going to take the models in cover first of all. So there's some models that are going to gain cover. The ones that are on this side of the wall, just at the right angle, for taking cover. 5 of them can. So Tom's going to roll those up first in 5s. That's blocking 2, so we'll retain those dice.
So that's 3 down already.
2 more saves for cover. They're gone. Right, so that's 5 casualties in total. And now 20 saves of 6+. We could be looking at a wipeout here. There's a lot of 6s.
Not enough.
Got them. God, Terminators. Going to get a total, I think it's over 20.
Yeah. 21.
21, and they're gone. Even a command reroll is not going to do it. So an initial volley here from the Terminators came through here against the Necron Warriors. Is accurate enough. I had to use them. Those stratagems done it. Without them, we wouldn't have destroyed the unit. But Necron Warrior squad brought down in one hail of firepower from the Terminators. Alright, so that's shooting phase finished, but that's some statement there coming from those Terminators. I've used them in different ways. Used to run 2 squads of 5. People would say, well, merge them together as one. It seems to have worked out well. And then started to use them by immediately deploying them on the board. Usually the philosophy of Terminators, you deep strike them in. But instead, just start them on the table straight away. And then with some buffs and bonuses and some help, we've stretched out the range. They've got reroll 1s. And 3 CP being spent to give them the +1 to the wound rolls. And then giving them the extra shot. It just has tipped that firepower to the point where it's wiped out that squad of Necron Warriors. So nasty stuff here from the Terminators. It's a 400-point unit, but they have made their mark for sure here on turn 1. There'll be no charges to take place. Turn 1 comes to an end here for the Thousand Sons. Alright, so turn comes to an end. 5 points picked up for secondaries. Secure No Man's Land was completed. We dumped attempting target. Let's go after Tom's No Man's Land objective. Got rid of that one. We've kept deployed teleport home. It might be possible later on in the game. So that's as it stands. 5 points to 0 at this stage. Very early on in this fight. We'll hand over to the Necrons next. We'll go on to their turn 1 next. Okay, so movement phase here for the Necrons on their first turn. We've got a bit of an award ceremony to do here. We'll cover Tom's movement first of all. So Doomstalker sits exactly where it began. And then Tom has dispatched a large segment of his force to take the Thousand Sons on head-on. His reasoning being, Thousand Sons camp out across here. They're just going to reap the points. So Tom's got to go aggressive with the Necrons.
I've got no choice.
You have to, yeah.
Like, if you sit there, you win, basically.
So these two armies are going to collide here. There's nothing that's going to stop them. So Mortal's pushing through. So you're just a normal move with the +1. Mm-hmm. Okay, and then let us know your protocols.
So I've got Protocol of the Sunstorm.
Is the permanent one?
Yep.
Yep. And then turn 1 is also...
Protocol of the Vengeful Stars.
Okay.
So it's extra armor penetration, basically.
Got it.
On 6 to wound.
All right. Then Triumph Praetorians jumping out across here. Scorpic Destroyers moving through. Ramses has joined the attack. Also, the Locust Destroyers moving out. I think the obvious target for them is going to be across here against this Mauler Fiend. And they're making a jump move in advance across here just to get him to position. Is the Cryptek. Necron Warriors are over there, but they're on the home objectives. They'll camp out quite comfortably on that. Tamara swung around to grab this No Man's Land objective across here, and across the other side of the board, the Tomb Blades have gone on a flanking mission, so swinging around, I think they're going to try and flush out the Zangors, camping out over on that side. So that's movement done for the Necrons at this stage. Oh yeah, units that have been blessed. So yeah, we've marked some green blobs here, the Immortals. Then the Scorpic Destroyers, and then before they moved off, the Tomb Blades received the +1 to the hit rolls. That counts for shooting and for close combat. So yeah, award ceremony. We have top level support on the channel for Phoenix Lords here. So one of the perks is after a year of support, then some extra perks that are sent through. So just an award ceremony here for two of the earliest supporters on top level support. So Chris Comiskey, it gets a certificate for 1 year of support. Okay. And then we've also got Michael Fryer as well. So Space Marine player Tom.
Space Marine. Woo!
Okay. So Big thanks to them for their support. So, a certificate for them. You also get a purity seal, which is signed by all of the team across here, and then just commemorating 1 year of support. It's a massive support for the channel, much appreciated. And we just add in some extra perks at the 1 year mark for those that support at Phoenix Lord level on YouTube channel membership. Also, we've added in a 1 year set of objective markers as well for the Phoenix Lords, a collectible set of those to use in their games of 40k. So big thanks to them, Chris Comiskey and Michael Fryer. Thanks for your support for 1 year on channel membership at Phoenix Lord level. So, no psychers for the Necrons. We'll go on to their shooting phase next. We'll see what kind of dent they can make against the Thousand Suns. Yeah, no, he's got himself in range. So Tom's got a number of shots available here against the Zangors. Turn one immediately, I'm able to flush out some of them.
Only 4 of the 6 can see.
Okay, well, it's going to be 24 shots. There's talent for annihilation that could be used, but Tom's going to save it. The Immortals have got pretty good volume of fire as well.
So we are 3s to hit normally, +1 because of the blessing, and then -1 because of advancing. So
okay.
3s.
Yep.
Toughness, 4 still?
Yeah, 3s to win.
4's to wound, isn't it? I don't think I'm strength 5.
You are, yeah, particle beamers, you are.
Oh, I am strength 5. Oh no, strength 6 you thought it was before, wasn't it? Ah.
Yeah, I always thought it. No, there used to be strength 6 in another edition, but not this one.
10.
10.
-4.
So Zangors get a 5+ invulnerable save granted to them, so we'll take that. Yeah, well, this unit's in trouble here. It's been decimated. We've lost 7. 7 of them brought down. Nothing we can do about it. But they've been hammered by Tomb Blades. So that's that unit pretty much knocked out here. A few will survive. There'll be morale, obviously, to do for those. So good start here. A little bit of a counter punch from the Necrons. They won't like losing a Necron Warrior squad so early on. Yeah, a couple of pistol shots coming in from the Triarch Praetorians. Just going to do those first in 3s.
5s.
5s, yeah, to make it through. Normal saves are 3+. Blocks those.
D6, right.
So, firepower from him, the Canoptic Doomstalker. We're going to turn to Patreons.
Nathan Paxton.
Right.
A 6 would be lovely, please.
4. It's not bad.
I'll take it. Right.
4's for hits. We'll continue with Nathan here. 1.
Okay. Right.
3's to wound.
Right. 1 wound at least.
Okay. I will patronise the invulnerable save. There's not many Thousand Suns friends. I'm going to take neutral people who haven't declared their allegiances yet. So, Samuel Penaneri. Okay. D6 damage. D6 damage. I'll have to...
Tom's rolling the dice. Tom's rolling the dice.
In which case we'll let it go.
Yeah.
Non-patronic. 3. It's average. Okay, 3 wounds taken. Yeah, drops to 9 wounds. Tom's just done the 2 Gauls shots coming through, no wounds. So options left are Locust Heavy Destroyers. They pack a mean punch, but Tom would rather use them perhaps against him. And then there's also Necro Immortals to fire, but their volley would need to achieve.
Yeah, they're not going to take off 9 wounds, so I'll have to go with the Heavy Destroyers.
There's attack on arrow.
Warden as well.
You've got the Warden, who's damaged 2, so there is some potency left.
We'll go with the Warden then.
6 shots with him. Patronicish.
I'll do the Patronic for Tachyon.
Fair enough.
The Tachyon Sparrow.
3s.
Dun, dun, dun.
5's to wound. These will be dangerous if they make it through.
1.
Tom's got 1 through. And we'll go for an invuln save of... yes, can definitely invuln. 5+. Ooh.
Right.
Passed.
This is going swimmingly. I will go with the... Who should we go with?
I offered Tom a packet of crisps earlier on. And he took ready salted.
Ready salted.
Sorry, just realised. Just when you started.
Did you expect anything else?
No, okay.
Right. I've just forgotten who I picked up.
Okay. Complete your friend, Tom. It's Carrie Kunkel, Thrall of the Thousand Suns. No. Carrie Kunkel, Silent King. Carrie Kunkel, Thrall of the Silent King. Die-hard Necron player.
The Tachyon Sparrow.
Oh, wow. Right, okay. Here it goes. Single shot. Needing a 2. hits plumb hit. This is on the Mauler Fiend.
CP for
Auto wound.
Auto wound.
Whoa, goes straight through.
I don't have anything that can deny your invuln, do I? I don't believe. So we'll just go with the auto wound and just give it a go.
All right, I'm going to try and block this on a invulnerable save of 5+. I'll patronise this one. So, yeah, there's a few, most declared here. And there's a lot of Necron players. I'll go Carl Roden, Tyranny player. Pretend it's a
He's got tentacles.
Yeah, pretend it's a Carnifex. Right, now we can't reroll this one. So the problem is those. 5+. Now I'm going to have to leave it. Do it. This is a tough decision.
I'm going to continue with the Patronic dice, and this is what it's going to roll. 6.
Carrick Uncle, Thrall of the Silent King, another average score. 3. Okay, so we're half destroyed. Does he want to be greedy and go CP? Risk the extra damage?
Yeah, I think I do. Because if I can get it down
lower
to enough to get...
To help them.
It's worth a try. I'm only going to lose 2 when I roll a 1. Yeah,
it's like the 1. Okay.
Always. Yeah, okay, right.
Moving on. That's it. Tom just lets out a sigh now and then he stops. He says, no, oh, not. He's not going to any more salt in that. But it's the sigh of salt, the salty sigh.
The salty sigh.
Okay. Dropping down to 8 wounds left now, so it's a fair bit to try and strip away.
Frustrating.
There's a good volley from those. There's a potential to put mortal wounds on top of the damage coming through, so they could do it, but there's 8 wounds to try and strip. They're all in rapid. Mephrit, the +3 inches, giving them nice solid range here. So we're looking at 20 shots. They have been blessed. They need 2s.
And then I'm playing the CP for 6 as immortals to wound.
Yeah, talent for annihilation.
There's far too many ones there. That's...
I would grumble at that. That's a lot of ones. 5 to wound. Need a good recovery roll here.
Not enough.
And
1 mortal. Oh, that was absolutely terrible.
So we'll immediately drop to 7. And then we need to make some invuln saves again because the AP minus is going on of 5+. And we block none, so we'll take 3 more. So we drop to 4. So it's in a sorry state, but it's not dead. It's just doing its job. It's there to distract, and that's what it's done. And it's shielding a Demon Prince in. So really, the only firepower option left is those destroyers. They would have preferred to go in here, but the Mauler Fiend has done his job. I think Tom's really has no other option but to go for the Mauler Fiend. 1 successful wound would do it. Here it comes. You can patronise this. It's pretty important. There's Necron players there. I know there's this Tyler Schwab. Now he has a habit of rolling 4+. And he's a Necron player.
Well, that's what I need right now.
3 dice need 4s. Big roll here. If Mauler Fiend remains, it will be a pain.
Are they 4s to hit normally?
No, Tyler Schwab gets 4s, but they'll need 3s.
All right. It made me panic then. I was like, what? Oh.
Reroll 1s for hard-wide hatred.
Yay.
They've all hit.
Yay.
They've all wounded. Tyler Schwab, good work.
So not that makes any difference, but they're AP minus 6. Because it's -5 normally +1 for my thing that I completely
it's going to be 9 D3 damage.
Yeah.
So I will patronise the life out of this roll here. This one's important. And I'm now going to turn to the dedicated Thousand Suns player, the artist formerly known as Veej.
Should have done that.
I haven't used a CP reroll yet either. So I need to pass at least 2 out of 3 of these. Right. So block that one. That's going to be 63 damage. If I command reroll and block 1, it's going to be 3d3 damage with 4 wounds left. So there's no chance. So Tom's got him. So you don't need to roll. I'm dead.
I want to roll.
He's gone. He's destroyed.
Okay. Ah, yes!
9 damage. That's why I take those destroyers. They're really good.
Thank you, Tyler.
We don't explode, but target destroyed. Well done. Mauler Fiend finally brought down. So, slain here. It's a Phoenix Sword actually brought down. It's Mephisto taken out. But that sacrifice has shielded some vital Thousand Suns units. So, good work from him. We still retain the objective. We've got other units on it. at this point. Do you have any charges to take place?
No.
Any further shooting? I think
no, I've got
so.
nothing in range.
All right, all done. No charges, no combats. Turn's going to come to an end here. All right, so turn comes to an end. Zangor's passed the morale roll of 1. No secondaries achieved. Tom's dumped all of them here, so we'll go for a fresh draw on his next turn. So we're going to go on to turn 2 now for the Thousand Suns. Still early stage of the battle. Sort of some deletions taking place. We've seen a Necron warrior squad gone. Mauler Fiend completely destroyed. So there's just some vicious sort of wipeouts taking place. That will start to intensify now. Thousand Suns, if they're going to win the game, they can't back off from where they are. They may well indeed try and push forwards further into the Necrons. And the Necrons know they must drive the Thousand Suns away here. So expect a vicious fight as this continues to escalate. But early stages at this point. Turn 2 for the Thousand Suns next. Alright, so on turn 2 movement here for the Thousand Suns. Deploy Teleport Homer, Storm Hostile Objective, and Battlefield Supremacy are the secondaries in play. For the Thousand Suns, 10 points picked up for primaries, control of at least 2. We've got 3 objectives at this point. So movement then here so far. Well, our movement's complete. Tom's about to pull out a move here, which looks pretty good. Zangors are pushed ahead, no advance, but they're just on the objective. They're pretty much the furthest unit ahead here for the Thousand Suns at this stage. Shielding, they're a soft unit, but for now they're shielding the Doom Prince. Araman and Disco Inferno have pushed up. Terminators have shifted to their left now, so they've headed off across in this direction. Then advanced move up to here with the spawn, the lone spawn across here, just anchoring at the back. Mauler Fiend's pushed out, not the full move, about 8-9 inches, just to act as a backup unit, shuffling down or moving down the corridor across here. Then at the back, they're going to perform an action on the objective. They've started that at the end of the movement phase, finish at the end of our turn. Holding position of all of these, just going to camp out on the objective across here. Now, there's been some shenanigans across the other side of the table. You can see in the top right hand corner the hex mark destroyer has arrived, and a pretty good move potentially about to take place with him. So just to explain what's gone on, held with those. I'm just going to try and tie up, well, the intention was to try and tie up the Tomb Blades. Across here turned up with these. Now I was going to try and deploy Teleport Homer, but I have to wait for another turn 3 before I can deploy within Tom's deployment zone. Tom knows I'm going to try and do that. He just moved the Necron Warriors out to stop it. So instead, elects to go here to try and tie up those. A possible charge, 9 inches. But in response, the Hexmark Destroyer has arrived. Now, I'd said that we won't put Chris Comiskey on this one just to give him a break. Nothing particularly interesting is going to happen. But now he's turned up here. And by our calculations, there is the possibility of a wipeout against those with these pistols. So we'll let Tom roll up. It's JP here in command this time around. So 6 shots, 2s, you're rolling 1s, all hit. 2s for kills, you reckon? Strength 6, AP -1. Oh, okay, 4.
So then I get to shoot again.
You do. I'm just saying. If you want to command reroll, you'd still keep the window of the wipeout open, but it's up to you. Tom's just done it off camera.
Sorry.
It's all right. Roll a 3. She's killed 5 now, so now he's going to get 5 shots again. Rerolling 1s. And now 2s for the wipeout. This is epic if he does it.
No.
Oh, mercy. He showed mercy. He kept one alive. The one with the one with the bird is still alive. But 9 out of 10 destroyed. The Cowboys turned up at just the right time. The Hexmark Destroyer gunning down the cultists without mercy. Still really helps. We busted for morale. And then my charge, if I do go in, it's going to be 1 model, which the Tomb Blades would stand a chance of destroying in close combat. All right, so that's that ambush complete. It costs a CP to do that, to follow a unit in as it arrives. So movement's all done. We'll go on to Psychic Phase next for the Thousand Suns on their turn 2. So Psychic Phase here, first power, starting with him, Temporal Surge onto those. Going to spend 7 Carbal points to make it auto-passing. There's no ability to deny from the Necrons, so we're just going to make a straight-up move here with the Terminators, another 5-inch move from them. So that was the intent with them, to shuffle them in this direction to improve their arc of fire and also to provide the shield to protect the 2 sorcerers here, Araman and Disco Inferno. So that's that move done. We'll move on to there's a second power available from him. I'm going to go Smite across here, going to the Immortals as the closest target. So 6, that goes off. That's going to be D3 mortal wounds. And it's 3 mortal wounds on the Immortals. Cause mortal wounds here. I'm going to spend 4 cardboard points to inflict another D3 onto the mortals. Another 3. They're 1 wound each. It hurts. It hurts. It's 6 of them slain now. This is one of the banes for Necrons. They won't get their reanimation protocols here from these psychic powers coming through. Immortals have been hit hard. We'll go disco. Going to put Desecration of Worlds onto the Scorpic Destroyers. 7 becomes an 8. 1000 suns. So that goes off. So until my next psychic phase, each time unit moves, advances, falls back, makes a charge move, roll d6 for each model, and the 6 is a mortal wound. Second power from disco will just be a regular smite. 6, 7, so that goes off. D3 mortal wounds on the Necron Immortals, and it's 2 mortal wounds caused against them. That's them almost destroyed. Next is Araman here. He's the mortal wound machine. Hopefully, he's got his eye on the Triarch Praetorians. There is a power that we've taken. It's called Baleful Devolution. It's range 18. You have to choose an enemy unit within 18 invisible to the psychic. It doesn't have to be the closest. It contains 6 or more models. There's 8 of them. There, for the Triarch Praetorians. Roll a number of d6 equal to the result of the psychic test. For each 6, if we can get 6s, each 6 is d3 mortal wounds. But roll the psychic test first of all. To see what we get. Right. Okay. I can negate that with a stratagem. We'll just check about this result. See if.
Or you could you could do 12.
I know, and this is what I want. Yeah.
You're not going to kill yourself. It's almost
take the
worth
damage.
doing it. Like you could wipe, you'll wipe me with that easy.
We'll have a little look here. We'll see what happens. Yeah, there's some shenanigans across there. I could use Chicken Wing to temporal manipulation, any damage there. It's out of range, but I could stretch that with cardboard points. So I will go down that route. We'll keep it. We'll cause D3 on ourselves here. So we'll take a mortal wound, so it's no big deal. And then we're going to roll 12 dice. And if we get 6s, there's trouble.
Now you just need to roll like Luke.
I think now's the time to patronise this one. We'll use Bjork the Zog Puncher. It's an orc player with a big punch, so looking for 6s.
Wowzers.
Whoa.
Okay.
I think Bjork the Zog Puncher must be Goths. After 6s, pop in trouble. So 4d3 mortal wounds. Yeah, it could have been worse, but that's 5, 6, 7. 7 mortal wounds caused. That's going to kill 3 models and put a wound on another. It's dangerous enough for sure. Yeah, any target taking that 7 mortal wounds is particularly dangerous. When I go for regular smite to try and clear away the 2 Necron Immortals, it doesn't go off. I'm going to command reroll that. And now that should go off on a 7. This is the 3rd smite. So yeah, that should go off. D3 mortal wounds. That's enough. They're gone. Okay. Araman's got 1 power left. Zinch's Firestorm. It's a 7. It's just going to be a normal roll here of 9 dice needing 6s for mortal wounds. Ugh, there's 3 more. That's against them. That's going to slay the wounded model. 1 more. Going to pay a CP to manifest an extra psychic power with Araman, and they're going to try and play Doombolt, which will go off. And it's a straight 3 mortal wounds. That's going into the Triarch Praetorians. So we'll do that temporal manipulation. It's 4 cardboard points. I've still got, I've got 2 left, so I've got enough points to do it. Got 11, that goes off. So I'm going to restore that wound off of Araman here. So he's blasted out a load of psychic powers, but taken no damage now. Okay, so that's that complete. It's Michael Fry in command of him as well, Space Marine player. So it fits nicely.
Heresy.
It is heresy, but he's commanded Aaron well in this particular fight. The mortal wound output from him has been blistering here against the Necrons, melting through their chrome resistance. There's some further blessings to do across here, and that's it. The aggressive part of the psychic phase has been complete, but it's like a shooting phase here. It's been utterly deadly here against these Necron frontline units. Yes, powers complete across here. Presage granted onto the Terminators, +1 to the hit rolls. 4+ invulnerable save granted to the Spawn. That cost us a perils though, and took 3 mortal wounds. That's on Beaker. And then across here, -1 to hit rolls. Glamour of Zinch, I think it's called, onto the Mortar Fiend from the Psychers here at the back. So blessings continuing, but we're starting to see the aggressive stuff coming from the Thousand Suns as they close the range. Dangerous stuff from them for sure. There's firepower. Once again, the Terminators lined up to shoot. So declare with the Terminators can do half into here to try and finish off those, and then The other half going to Scorpic Destroyers. He's pretty much hidden by the building here, so not been able to get through to the character. So the first 25 will go against here. We've paid a CP for the extra shot coming through his weapons. So now we're on 2s because of Presage, and rerolling 1s because of the Psychers nearby. So all 25 have hit. 5s to win. Tom's played Whirling Onslaught on those, by the way. A wound. Right, there's some more.
No, made up for it just.
No cover, so -2.
4 up.
5s. Don't get armor contempt, and they're in the open. They start.
Have a shield?
No, they don't.
That's terrible. Well, they're already dead then.
There you go. All right, so. Oh boy. Okay, Triumph Praetorian's gone. Just as they're reeling from the psychic might coming through, then there's a volley to finish them off. We'll do a further 25 shots into the Scorpic Destroyers. Just bring these 25 back in. Now the shots will be accurate enough, but the wounding is going to be the problem. They've all hit. That's a full house of 50 hits coming through. And then we're going to try and wound on 5s, then it becomes 6s for Whirling Onslaught. So 6s are good. And we've got a few. So Tom can make 3 saves of 5+. Very limited. And 5s to block. Block 2. Just a wound coming through. Next to no damage this time around. That's pretty much it. Shooting phase is finished. We'll go on to charges. Yes. There's a Kamikaze Parrotman charge. I'm going to try and go into the Tomb Blades to disrupt them. Maybe force Tom to do the Overwatch. Do you want to Overwatch him?
I don't have much faith that I could kill you.
I don't know. The idea is I try and make it in, survive, tie them up for a turn at least, just as the final gesture from the lone cultist.
It's 2 CP though, isn't it?
It's the cultist thing to do, to charge by himself.
I know it seems a bit silly, but I need to ensure that they're definitely free next turn.
Yes.
So I'll do it.
He's going to Overwatch.
Yeah.
Okay. To kill a mockingbird, Tom, you've got 36 shots to do it. No pressure. We sense that it might not happen. Believe, Tom, believe. Oh boy.
Oh, dear.
Do you want another packet of crisps? Maybe we'll see
This is
what
like
he rolls first. Right, so this is Tom shooting it to try and finish off this unit. Looking for 6s on the Imperial Fist dice. It ain't bad, it ain't bad. 2s, or 3s, sorry. That range is -1. You got him, take him off. Definitely killed him. Okay, removed from play. Would I have made the charge? I wouldn't have made it. If I'd command rerolled, it still wouldn't have made it. Okay, interesting.
It was worth it. Not.
I would have Overwatched. I would have wanted the Tomb Blades freed up. So mission accomplished is eliminated that threat. And that is about that. Nothing from here. So no charges taking place. Thousand Suns trying to keep this gap here with the Necrons. So we will calculate points at the end of this turn here for the Thousand Suns. All right, so points coming in for the Thousand Suns. Battlefield Supremacy was achieved. 10 points for primaries, and performing the action on here gained us 2. So on 22 points at this stage. Healthy enough amount of points coming through for the Thousand Suns. And damage-wise, there's a nasty enough hit from the Necrons. Against the Necrons. Tom still has this force across here. You still just got to go after. You still have to go after the Necrons, but it's into a wall of psychic obliteration. It's horrific.
It's into a wall of chickens first.
Yes, okay, put the chickens first.
And then, I may kill the chickens and then I will literally be deleted.
Yeah, either in the psychic phase or
Control
shooting or close combat. Yeah. So it's kind of a stack of stuff, a chicken stack for the the Thousand Suns as they anticipate Necron aggression. That's removed. Yeah, we'll go on to turn 2. Necrons will press on. They won't give up. They're a dangerous army when you think they're down. So Thousand Suns have to keep their foot on the accelerator. Remember, this is a league battle. One army must go out. One army will go through. So these kind of games, we have great fun playing them, but they are played with a little bit of competitive edge. Brutality is the exact word. We do our absolute best here. We want sort of the best army to go through and the best army to go on to win the league as well. So that's the way we play these league battles, just with a little bit of a brutal twist to them. And brutality is the word so far. Absolutely zero mercy being shown. I thought perhaps the cowboy had shown a bit of mercy across there, leaving the parrot man alive. But Tom squad overwatched and blew him apart. Anyway, so Chaos Cult has been dispatched quick enough. Tom's working away at the fluffy edges here, but he needs to get through to the core of the onion to crack open this Thousand Suns force. We'll go on to turn 2. And for the Necrons next, I won't write them off. There's still some fight in them, but they've got to use cunning, craftiness, and excessive brutality to break this Thousand Suns force up. So movement complete here for the Necrons on their second turn. Scorpic destroyers that they must go ahead. So they've headed across in this direction. They're going to try and take on the Mauler Fiend if they can make it in. Tom notices he knows he's going to lose this guy, so he's going to move him in and then just go for as many shots as possible.
As many chickens as I can to try and get the
clear him out the way.
Down.
Yeah. Ramsey's here. Forming up across here with the sniper heavy firepower support with these. Maintain position. With the Canoptic Doomstalker. Necron Warriors have pushed forwards and are going to perform the action on the objective as well as holding it. Tom did pick up 10 victory points, holding on to primaries as well, so healthy enough for the Necrons. Then the Cowboys shifted across. He's got himself just within range of these. There's another chance for a wipeout to take out those. Tom's got the dice. He's lining up the dice ready to shoot here. And then moving around swiftly with the Tomb Blades. That flank is theirs now. There's not much resistance. They'll mop up what's left of the Zangors hiding around the corner. And then jumping into the building, it's a jump ability there, or fly ability with the Catacomb Command Barge. So maintaining position on the objective just with the edge of its hull, but also moving into the centre of the board. For secondaries, is it you've got something
hold the line, investigate sites, and extend battle lines. So he's investigating sites in the middle.
Yes. Okay. So there's potential for some secondaries coming through.
And then they're doing the action at the back there as well for the two.
Yeah. It's all about points in this game. You know, either side can be as brutal as they want. They can delete stuff and so on, but points is how the battle's going to be won here. Necrons.
Well, you can't score points if you don't have models.
true, Tom. That is a good observation here. Okay, we'll go on to, there's no psychic phase. It's going to be shooting and combat is where it's at for the Necrons. With some units missing, but some others that have, like Scorpion Destroyers, if they hit, they're a sledgehammer if they make it in. We're going to shooting phase, though, first of all. I think it's the Cowboys going to kick off first. If Tom wants to patronise this one.
Yeah, why not?
So for Necron players, there's a few. There's Travis and Jen.
Yeah, we'll go Travis and Jen.
Okay. So, ladies first. Jen can do the initial shots, then Travis can finish off the survivors. So, give her 2s, rerolling 1s.
Of course.
Let's see, 5 make it through. 2s for kills, got no cover. Got him. So 5 slain. And now Travis can finish them off. 2s, all hit. 2s for the kill. Go on, done it. Another squad. He's a cultist executioner. A cultist assassin.
You should have never given Comiskey the pistols before, obviously.
God, babe, that's JP in command of this one. This time around, and it is expert firepower here. So there's not just one cowboy in the galaxy. There are others, but in this instance here we've seen the loss of another cultist squad. Gunned down without mercy. Well done. Tom's just stacking up. This is the Tomb Blades.
To kill 3 chickens.
Okay. It's having a whale of a time over on that flank. It's nice side of the table to be on. Free reign here.
Yeah, I don't want to be anywhere near that.
It's literally cowboys and cavalry over on over on that side here. Oh dear. And it's not General Custer's, but it's the cultist last stand.
I advanced. So 4s.
Oh, it is 4s, yeah. 3s for wounds. I think I'm going to go here. Chickens can be removed from plate. You never know. No, they're gone. They can be deleted as well. Tom's cleared that flank. Now it's no Thousand Suns units there at all. So, flanks open. The next stage, if he presses on with his attack, it's going to be here for the home objective against the Thousand Suns. So, success over on that flank. Right, Canoptic Doomstalker's going to go first. It's got a blast ability and a bit of Decker. Tom wants to try and reduce these down. If he's able to reduce this squad down, he can start shooting at the Demon Prince. I think perhaps could be the idea. Andrew Stir, number of shots. It's going to be at least 3. So that 1's okay. Blast comes to the rescue here. Pause. 2s for a wound. Wound comes through. We will take a
5 up invulnerable.
I do have a 5+ invulnerable save. You know me, Tom. Nothing to worry about. Oh, it's okay. Blasted a chicken. Bit of Decker. 2 shots. 2 hits. 3s to wound. Do you know it's 4s to wound actually? 2 2s. No. Alright. You got 1 chicken. 1 chicken has been roasted here by firepower coming in.
So then the 6 shots from the other guy are not going to do it.
Yeah, trying to strip down the bodyguard ability here.
So
you could equally put a volley into Terminators. He's damage 2. You could maybe bring 1 or 2 of them down. The AP is high enough.
The AP is higher.
My all is dust. I won't get because
it's 2 damage.
It's 2 damage.
Yeah.
Armor Contempt though, so I think you'd be on AP -3 even. It's still going to be pretty good.
Right, I'm going to go with...
He's weighing up shots from this. It's a tricky one here because there's those to come next. The ideal situation would have been to fire at this to bring this character down, but it's not going to happen. I don't think there's anything else that can do anything about it. It's annoying. So it's a tough one here. Tom's going to go with the Locust Heavy Destroyers. Whilst 2 of them can still see Terminators. 2 into there, and then 1 of them has to go against a chicken.
2s.
2s. 2s, I think. 1 makes it 3.
They don't reroll 1s to wound with hardwired
hatred,
is it to hit?
So I'll go for an invulnerable save here. As I lose a Terminator. We'll take a Patreon here. Top left-hand corner. Andrew Swan is Imperial player. Imperial players sort of left out here for this game. 5+ to see if the Imperium will help the Thousand Suns. They don't, of course. 3d3 damage. Tom will roll it just for the pleasure of seeing the damage. And we'll pick off This Terminator, he's gone.
And the one into the chickens. Misses.
There you go.
Hits on a 5.
2s.
Wounds.
And 5+ for block. We do. Invulnerable chicken. Okay, yes, it's him firing through with his Gore's weaponry. The Warden. 3s for hits. 3s for wounds. 3 make it through. So I reckon it's a 4-up save for these. Conduit of Stars.
Within half range, so
Yeah.
from effort, it's
-3.
Yeah.
Armor Contempt.
Yeah.
It's -2, 2 up, 3 up, 4 up, so 4 ups. Chris Heim here for Patreon. Another Imperial player. Whoa, and it's enough to slay another Terminator. 50-50. Keep a Terminator alive. I would say it's probably worth it. Yep, I'm going to CP reroll. And we don't. Alright, so we're going to lose another one. Okay, so I've kept the original Sorcerer alive. There's 2 models there for that squad, so combine the 5s together. Okay, so another casualty taken. They're auto pass morale, but 2 casualties taken on those so far, but starting to eat away at the Terminators. Right, Tom's grabbed the Dave Humphries dice. He's a Necron player. This is for this charge. I can't Overwatch, so what do you need?
No idea. I think it's.
You could do that. You could roll first and measure later on to see what you need. Command reroll on standby. I think it's an 8 or 9 inch charge. It's this charge down here. Tom will check it. The ghost inch looks like an 8. 8 it is. Dave Humphries says no. Command reroll. Don't have any CP.
Nope.
Charge will not go ahead. There's an advantage with the Thousand Suns. This creates a bigger opportunity for them. We've got a stationary unit of Scorpec destroyers, and Thousand Suns looking tough enough at this stage. With close combat options available across this side, and then firepower and psychic over here. It's a deadly combination. Thousand Suns now, I think, definitely have the advantage. We're starting to see some serious progress being made by them. But points will flow out here. We'll see what points have been picked up here as Tom's turn comes to an end. I'll give you a grand total at this point in the game. CP, Tom on 0. He'll get one at the start of Thousand Suns turn 3. Thousand Suns on 3 CP at this stage. Yeah, scores are level. Tom's picked up 10 points for secondaries, 10 points for primaries, and he's performed an action over in that corner for the primary mission as well. So 22 points each at this stage. And as we've said already, the destruction of units, it's the points being scored. But then, as Tom has already said, if you start running out of units, then it's going to become increasingly difficult. So there is a bit of a race on here. Necrons are still keeping those points flowing in. Whether they can continue that, we'll have to see. Perhaps it may well have to be the Thousands have to go aggressive to drive the Necrons off their objectives.
Go aggressive?
Yeah, like aggressive, like.
Have you not been playing aggressive already?
I've been playing like an aggressive defense.
Oh, okay.
like an absorb. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, like hyper aggressions, like we really push, push the boat out and maybe go that way, head towards that objective.
I literally thought you would just plough your 10-man Terminator squad into my front line.
I could play that way.
Yeah, I thought you were going to do that in that turn, so it's quite surprising.
Yeah, no, I thought no, because I've kind of done that before. Because you get the double move out of them. What I wanted to do this time was a walking hell of firepower and then just smite from behind the protection, maximize. Oh, it's too dangerous a territory around here with the multiple close combat units that are available. But if it's safe, we might come out and play. Okay. Turn comes to an end here. We'll go on to turn 3 for the Thousand Suns here. They have the advantage. They'll press on and see if they can make further progress. Right, so turn 3 for the Thousand Suns, middle stage of the game. They swung around to our right across here, just to put some firepower into the cowboy. The 2 psychers. This one I'm going to leave him. He's going to perform these infantry models, so I'm going to perform the action on here to reap the 2 points. But this one's still active. Across here, advancing with the single spawn. The others have moved their 7. Morphines now move around. Amy Elmo in command to go after the Scorpec destroyers. Dim Prince is now committed to the fight. He's moved out to the open, so he's here, ready to go after the Scorpec destroyers. The Zangor unit across here, getting ready to move forwards, or they've moved forwards here, paying 2 inches to cross the fence. Some of them made it over, the rest are behind. and then continued steady advance with the Terminators, with the 2 Psychers tucked in behind to unleash more psychic powers. That's it, movement done. Psychic phase next. To start with the Demon Prince, we'll go for regular smite. Closest model is the Warden. So smite to go off, which goes on for 6, becomes a 7. D3 mortal wounds.
2.
And it's 2 mortal wounds taken. I think the Warden has 5. I'll immediately try and do another D3 mortal wounds for 4 carbal points. We'll go Darren Gardner on this one. If I get 5 or 6, we'll kill him. Guido, Warden's frazzled. He's been taken down. We'll then try and play Temporal Surge across here to help out the spawn. So this is coming from the Demon Prince. 10, that'll go off. So we're going to make another move here with the Chaos Spawn. So they're pushing through the ruin. Chef Squad and made it onto the objective there. The idea is to go after Temra. It's the plan. If they're good enough, we'll see if we can bring him down. If not, try and hold up as much as we can in combat. Okay, so that's his psychic powers finished. Next, go to Terminators. Time Flux here. See if we can restore a model. I don't think that's going to be good enough. We'll see if we can adjust this. So it's quite a hefty amount, but I'll use carbal points. So 9 carbal points to bump that up to 6, and that'll get us the model back on the board. Araman, we'll turn to him. And we'll start off with Doombolt. We'll go no, there's a Necron player. We'll go Marcus Anthony for this one. Doombolt's a decent power if we can get it to go off. It does on 8, becomes a 9. So straight 3 mortal wounds. It's going to slay one of those Scorpec Destroyers immediately. So one of those gone. Smite next. So we'll go Max Sword Knuckles on this one. A Super Smite would be good. It's a 9. So D3 mortal wounds. Max Sword Knuckles 5+, or kill another one. No, just 1 mortal wound caused. So a wound taken. I think Tom wants to kill the front models here just to stretch out the charge. And then we'll go for Zinch's Firestorm, so normal roll here. That will go off, and that's going to be 9 dice, need 6s. And there's 1, so a further mortal wound comes through. Could have been 5 pluses to make mortal wounds come off, but I think it's an unmodified 9. I got a 9 with a +1, so I'm not gonna get that bonus. Okay, so that's Araman done. Not too bad, but not as much as last turn. We'll go to Disco Inferno next. Smite from Disco. We'll go off on a 7, becomes an 8. D3 mortal wounds. 3, that's a good result. So that's that model slain. And then this guy.
Yep.
Okay. We'll play Desecration of Worlds if that unit survives. We'll put it on them. Yeah, so that's going to go off. So we'll just mark that one up. Whenever they move, advance, charge, and so on, it's 6s for each model. That will cause mortal wounds. So that's the psychics from there done. That's all the psychic stuff from here, and then buffs and bonuses across here potentially. Just going to do a smite from the Rubik Marines. 7, 8 that goes off. D3, just the 1. So 1 wound comes through against the Hexmark Destroyer. Yeah, he's doing the action, but then Presage was played on here, +1 to hit rolls, and then Temporal Manipulation, where you restore 2 wounds on Topeka. So that's psychic stuff completed across that side. And then the smite that we saw as well for the Rubik Marines, putting a wound onto the Hexmark Destroyer. That's psychic phase finished here. Not too bad. From the Thousand Suns, we'll go on to their shooting phase next. Gonna put some firepower. One of them can't see, the rest can. Going into the Hexmark Destroyer. I've played Infernal Fusillade to give the bolt weapons an extra shot, and there's a couple of them in rapid. So we'll give the 2s. Rerolling 1s, because of the Psychers nearby. They're on +1 to hit rolls, by the way, for Presage. It's only 5s to win, though. Yeah, 6 saves of -2, so 6 saves of 5+. This could be enough to bring this Hexmark down. We've blocked 3. 3 wounds taken. I think it's still alive with a wound left.
Yep.
It's down to the Soul Reaper cannon. We'll patronise this one. Drew Gums, Cadmium Firepower, Soul Reaper Cannon, Heavy 5, useful enough. They have all his dust, so not going to suffer a penalty for moving. All hit. Now the Soul Reaper's pretty strong. Oh, they upped it. His strength 6. 3's to wound. Yeah, 4 have made it through, and these are -3. Got him. It's the Soul Reaper Cannon that took the cowboy down. Like a mini fight taking place across it. It's been quite eventful. But that's that assassin gone. Phoenix Sword removed from play. Okay. Right, firepower for the Terminators. One at the back is out of range, out of sight, sorry, and out of range. And the rest are going to fire. You have to go into the Scorpion Destroyers. So we're looking for 3s. And we'll reroll our 1s again for the Sorcerers backing them up. Didn't really help very much. So let's take away the 1s and 2s. Right, strength 4, toughness 5. Five's to wound. Some are going to come through here. And there's quite a few. 8. Sorry, 6. 8. 10. 10 at -2, so 10 5-ups here. This is dangerous enough in the Terminators. Blocked 3. It's going to be 7 wounds coming through here. 2, yeah, ouch, 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 yeah.
This
7.
is turn 3.
Yes.
And this is the first time I'm going to get to roll reanimation.
Whoa, no, man.
Because you've deleted everything else. So
right.
This is only the first time I'm going to get to roll reanimation program.
Sheesh, man. Yeah, that is crazy.
Because everything else you've shot at, you've killed.
Yeah. And then your smite, yeah. Crazy.
No.
And not quite enough. No, one. Tom's just going to check his protocol. No, that one's not in action. Okay. So that result stands. There's 1 Scorpion Destroyer left. Blistering stuff again here. The combination of decent firepower coming from these Terminators are a sort of solid foundation here, and then the psychic stuff coming through as well. Okay, and with that, shooting phase comes to an end. There are some charges to take place. There's Demon Prince on the loose. There's a Mauler Fiend going to try and get in, and then we'll see how we get on. There is the Chaos Spawn. They do have potential, but they've got to take on Terran here. We'll go on to charge phase next. Right, charges taking place. I've not gone in with him. The idea perhaps is this charge goes ahead, and I can consolidate and pile in this direction to then shield him against those. It's partly the idea. It may not work against him. And then rolled, I think it's about a 10 we scored there for our charge going in against Terran. So that's that combat there about to take place. Tom's on 1 CP. He may well be saving it for whirling on. I don't know. Yeah, probably not. We're going to combat resolution next. Right, so we're going to go with him. I'm going to roll around. Just do this plan here. So we're just going to tuck him in there. Then we're going to do 6 attacks. 6 attack space. Oh, they did change. It used to be 4s. It's 3s to hit here. Weapon skill. This is going in with the Mauler Fiend Fists. So that's whole face, that's a 2. So 5 have made it through. I think it's going to be 2s to wound here. Yeah, strength 14. Yep. And it's even -3. They're dangerous enough. But it's just a case of bringing down just the 1 model. So yeah, he's gone. Alright, so Scorpion Destroyer removed. That'll be the end of the Plasma Sight as well. It's the end of a Phoenix Lord as well. It's Daniel Cunningham's squad. Trampled into the dust here by the Mauler Fiend. I've got a 3-inch consolidation move to make as well. So yeah, just trying to do like a shielding type thing to protect the Dim Prince from their firepower, just anticipating needing to preserve him onto the next turn. Right, so next combat. Chef squad, they're all in. They're going to fight against Tamara. There's the combat that's about to take place. I'll zoom in so you can see the strange combination for a fight here. Okay, so we'll roll up. So for them, I've played Fated Mutation, which will give me an extra attack each, and I get to choose from here, in which case I'll go for this one, Toxic Hemorrhage. It gives me reroll wound rolls. Here, I'm going to try and get lots of hits and then try and chew through a good number of wounds here against Tamra. So I can dedicate these to Chris Comiskey here for gold level Patreon. So 10d3 attacks, so just the number of attacks first of all. So 9, 10, 16, 19 attacks in total. Okay, like so. Then you get an extra attack each as well, so an extra 5. Weapon skill is 4+. They do need a bit of help from buffs and bonuses, but we haven't given them any kind of help here apart from the stratagem. So we're looking for 4s. Would be good. All right, so we're going to take away all of these.
What's strength for you?
Yeah, we are. Well, strength 5.
So 5's to wound.
5's to wound, yeah. Damage 2 if we can get these through. 5's to wound. Chris Comiskey dice. We've got some. Can't really complain. 6 have made it through. And then here comes the reroll. Oh, it's worked out to be the good choice. Another 5 come through. So that's 11 at -2. Tom's checking the book here.
I'll do that.
So you're going to do it? Right. Tom's going to pay a CP to bump up the invuln save to a 4+. Quantum deflection, probably, I think it's called. Add the quantum shielding, prevented wounds coming through from better than a 3-up. But we wound on 5s anyway. So I think that's the better choice to go
How many
for.
was that?
11. 4-ups. I think he's going to go. No, he's gone. It's damage 2 each time. Tamara is removed from play. Chaos Spawn. Destroy him. I'll just show you the models here. They're actually taken from Age of Sigmar. The Osiric Bone Reapers.
Yeah, Osiric Bone Reapers.
It's only something a bit different. I thought they fitted in quite nicely with the Egyptian Bone Thousand Suns type theme. So I painted those up. The bone that you can see there, I actually sprayed these white, and that is simply contrast paint over the top. I think it's Skeleton Horde perhaps used on there, and it just gives you that nice effect. So they didn't take too long to paint at all. I'll just put him back. Nicely on the objective now with those, and so good progress here. Thousand Suns now on turn 3 starting to burst out with close combat units. Okay, and with that the turn comes to an end. No morale to resolve across the board. Points being picked up. Storm hostile objective. We captured that objective across there. It's worth 5 points for our secondaries. 10 points picked up for primaries. Perform the action across here for 2. Then we've dumped one of the secondaries and then have kept this one overwhelming firepower. Destroy one target. So far it's a hex mark. Destroy, and we'll cling on to that one if we can destroy another unit next turn in the shooting phase. That marks the end of turn 3 here for the Thousand Suns. The game is well and truly in their favour, but Necrons still have units operating on the board. Go on to their turn 3 next. So, what's the counter to the Thousand Suns, Tom, as we chew over this one here and prepare for the prospect of Thousand Suns going through? Fighting fire with fire, another psychic-heavy army.
I think this was just
them out.
a hard counter. Because if you think about it, your army actually has very little shooting. So I don't get any reanimation really across the board.
Yeah, right. Yes.
And then it seems that whenever they kick out their shooting, they've got enough to wipe units, which is once again what you need to do against Necrons. So yeah, you need something that has saves against mortals and counter the. So it's hoping that the
army such as the Grey Knights,
could make it through. And
that's a classic matchup as well, so you may well see that encounter take place. If you enjoy our games and want to help support the channel, there's YouTube channel membership. Link for that in the video description below, or you can go to the channel homepage and hit the join button. At Aspect Warrior level or higher, you'll gain access to all of our bonus content, including some of our league battles. I plan to play some of these knockout games on YouTube and then on channel membership as well. So if you want to follow the league along, as well as the other unique style battle reports that we have, then YouTube channel membership. You can sign up by following the link below or on the channel homepage. So Tom on the move here. He'll not surrender against the Thousand Suns, that's for sure. He'll press on.
They'll perform the action, and because my Protocol of the Sudden Storm, I can still shoot.
Clever. Yep. There's options across here. Their firepower is exceptionally dangerous. There's now 1000 Suns characters and vehicles on the loose, so certainly targets for them. There's the hit, miss, and maybe support from this. And there's a Defiant Ramses and the Ruin as well. So around this side of the board, just giving you a view of the Rubik Marines across there, just defending their objective. Team Blades are shifted across to here. They're in range, going to let loose into the Chaos Spawn. And surrounding the throne, the Terminator on it, just there. Their Necron Warriors, Tom had already said he was going to push those forwards, continue to perform the action. Let loose a volley as well. So Tom, I think, intends just to eliminate the Chaos Spawn from there. Then any that are left, Ramses may well charge them in close combat. So, I don't know, I'm just thinking here, because, yeah, if Tom eliminates those, which is lined up to do very well, he's going to control half the table.
But it's the half with no objectives on. We've only got 2 objectives.
Yeah, but 2 is all you need, because if I hold 3, it almost doesn't make any difference. If you hold 2, you get 10 points. Both of us have been harvesting that each turn. So, I don't know, if the secondaries keep coming in, I couldn't be...
I can't survive another wave of psychic powers.
Yeah, across here.
Yeah, because all you need to do is move these boys out here, double move them
volley
again
down
up
here,
volley into them, kill them,
right,
and then bring him and the 2 sorcerers over here, mortal wound them. Nothing I can do against them.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's...
Thousand Suns still have it.
Yeah, I think the Thousand Suns have comfortably got it,
okay.
But I just want to see how much damage I can put into you before.
Sure. Go down all guns blazing.
Yep.
Okay. And even if Tom, he could even just be scouting some battlefield experience against the Thousand Suns in preparation for a possible future battle. We'll have to see. Movement's done though. I think that's everything. So these are shifted here. You tapped into this terrain to see through. Right, got it. That's fine. Technomancer has moved across here, remaining stationary with him to offload once again into targets. That's movement done. Shooting phase next. Alright, Patriotic, Dylan Moore firepower here. 20 shots of Gauls Reapers, all in range. They're going to be AP -2 or better. I've got a 5-up save, and that's it. I'm not going to get covered because I'm beasts. And they'll be hitting on 3s. So I'm going to get cover. It's going to be 6-ups. Infantry, Beast, and Swarm. I do get it. So it will be 6s. But Tom's going to try and wound here on toughness 5. 4s will do for you. With the Gauls Reapers. It's a good roll. It's a really good roll. Oh.
6, 8.
6 to block. Block 2, but it's enough to kill 2 hull models. So 2 of the Swarm brought down. These are all in rapid here. This is Gauls Flayers. These will be AP -2 as well. And these hitting on 3s. There's a 4 in there, that's it. Yeah, and then 5s to win this time. It's going to be enough to bring another model down, I think.
7.
It's a really good roll. 6 is to block 1. Yeah, and it's going to be another 2 whole models again. 4+. Tom's eyeing up this target here. So 4 casualties taken, 1 remains, just tucked in the corner there. Tom's going to think about the Tomb Blade's ability to totally wipe them out.
I've got overwhelming firepower.
Right.
But I've also got storm hostile objectives, so I needed to try and get onto here, but
to grab it.
Everything's dead that was near it. And it would be 8-inch charge, so I need to try and leave that as an option, I think. So we'll go with...
That's quite important, actually, because Tom is currently off that objective, which means he'll only hold 1, so that is big.
Yeah. So I'm going to go, because I'm getting a little bit angry, I'm going to go with Ray Cross.
The Ray Cross dice.
And...
On him?
Yeah.
Okay. And a bit of Dakar into chickens?
No. I think I'm just going to fire everything into the Prince.
Everything.
Yep.
Number of shots?
5.
5 with the Ray Cross dice.
Right, let's get 5 special dice.
Let's do special dice. We're trying to load these up as potently as possible. 4s is the crucial roll. Okay. 3s, 2s or 3s. We'll see what Tom rolls. He's thinking about a command reroll. 2 wounds will go through. Righty. I could pop my invulnerable save. Now is probably the time to do it. So yes, we will use our 3+ invulnerable save now. And I will go for Nicholas Lucas for both of these. 3 up. And 3 up. All right, so that would have been, just to see what that would have been, what would the damage have been, just to have a little look. 4 and 1. 5 wounds would have come through. Okay, so
I would have re-rolled the 1 into
got
another.
a 1 total.
Yep.
Oh dear.
Yep.
4 shots for Daka.
4 shots for Daka.
4s. 5s. Wound comes through. I'll take the invuln save. Yep. Okay, everything passed. Fiend?
Yeah.
Right, Tyler Summers. Tom's been saving the dice. He's a Necron player. 3 shots across here. Looks like they've been blessed as well. So 2s re-rolling 1s. Here come the wounds. 2 make it through.
I'm going to re-roll that.
Come on, re-roll. They've all made it through against the Mauler Fiend. There's the invulnerable save. I'll take the unstoppable dice, which is designed for saving throws. And I'll make the dice special like Tom did. But I've departed from the Xenos dice. This could be a mistake. It is a mistake. Hold it right there, Tom. Come on, reroll. Oh, I should do, really. Yes. Scott Costello, last Patreon. On the Xenos dice. No. 9d3 damage. He's done it.
Oh,
no, please.
I don't know what to say.
No. Wait. You're okay. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11. 11. I give you full permission to open the salt mine. Open up the salt mine. It's been closed for a while, but Tom, you can be as... No, he's not going to speak. He's gone into hibernation mode here. It's a guaranteed kill. What are the odds of that? Hang on a second. Let's just add this up. 3 1s, 5 2s, and you did get a 5 there, so it's not too bad. But translating that over into D3s, it's actually 8 1s and a 3. Oh dear. Now, if it's any consolation, roll these just to see what you what you would have got. Try my Xenos dice. Try them. Go on, Tom. Give it a go. No, okay, right. That's yep. That's a salty response. And I'm just going to roll to see what I would have got on my Xenos.
Oh yeah.
Right. Okay. We'll stop.
Yeah, right.
Moving on. We'll take a 10-minute break here, and then we'll come back. Let Tom have a break. Right. It's not over yet. Staff of Light from the Technomancer. Didn't advance, did he?
Nope.
Right, so what does he need?
He needs...
Burnt out on Patreon, so it's down
3s.
to dice.
Okay, good start. He needs...
5s to win.
5s. Good.
Oh, right. Okay. I think that's it. Firepower options are finished.
Yeah.
Yep, charges next. I'll capture this. Salty moment here. You've got Command Rear on standby.
Double 1. No,
He's in. That's Ramses made it in.
Made it.
That's very good news. Tom will reclaim the objective and hopefully take down the spawn. Just to flush that ruin out.
Oh,
The chaos.
right.
All right, I think that's all the charges. This is Lucas Brown's gone in. Oh man, would you dare? I think you get 1 attack.
All right. Well, 1 attack is all I need.
Could be it, yeah.
No, I'm going to leave him there as a roadblock.
Okay.
Right.
So that's the combat across there about to take place. Ramses, I think it's been 4 attacks, maybe 5.
Overlord.
Yeah.
4 attacks.
4 attacks. Needing 2s against the spawn. Okay. 3s to win. With the glaive, I think it's called. 2.
I'm going to
straight through. No, save it. You're all right.
All right,
Straight,
okay.
glide straight through. I've got nothing to stop
All
it.
right, okay, right.
A damage? I
Not
think
enough.
it's...
What have we got? The glaive?
Yeah.
D3. How
So
many wounds do you need?
2d3. I got 3 wounds. Just don't roll. Don't roll to...
Oh!
Scared me. Okay, right. Take him off. He's destroyed.
Oh, dear.
Okay. There you go. He's gone. All right. Yeah, Chef Squad. Phoenix Sword brought down here. Chef Squad destroyed. Okay. It's pretty good Phoenix Sword survival so far. Some have gone, but many of them remain. That's combat's resolved. And turn comes to an end here. Necrons control that chunk of the board across there. And a little corner across here as well. We'll add up points, see what Tom scored here. Maybe some secondaries come through. So despite the damage coming through, the brutality of the game, the scoreline is still close. Thousand Suns are on 39, Necrons on 34. There's only one primary objective worth of points in it at this stage. Tom picked up 5 for holding home objective across there, but didn't pick up the 5 for that one. He did do the 2 victory points performing the actions. That's 7 points come through for primaries, and then another secondary was achieved as well. So that gives us around 3 each achieved so far. This game is not, I repeat, not over here. The Necrons, yeah, if you're on 5, 10, 20 points, maybe, but because the score's so tight and we're dependent on cards coming through, the game could flip round. So the battle is not quite over at this stage. Thousand Suns are doing okay. Yes, they've done damage across here, but now they've got to try and shift emphasis and start heading across in this direction. Perhaps the best option is to disrupt that objective for the Necrons. If we can do that, then that'll start to shut down primaries from coming through. Thousand Suns have still got a job to do, I would say, at this point. We'll go on to their turn 4 next. They have victory perhaps in their grasp, but it's not guaranteed. All right, so on turn 4 for the Thousand Suns. I think we've got a counter to this, I reckon. I just need to keep it going. Terminators have shifted across. They've started to climb up 4 inches to get up there, and a couple have gone an inch along. Others have just made it up. The idea is to try and then get a temporal surge on them to move again. Jumped up here with these discos, the 2 disc sorcerers going up. They could see through to Ramses, who's hiding there behind the window. Zangors have gone through to here onto the objective to perform the action. The Psyche here to perform the action, and then just to hold with the Rubic Marines. Beaker's shifted across to here. He's an infantry model. Next turn, perhaps get onto there to start performing the action as well. Jumping across with the Demon Prince, restoring a wound, and then just going to go into there, and I'm pretty much just going to ignore this thing in the corner. That's movement done. Psychic phase next here for the Thousand Suns on their turn 4. Okay, Psychic phase finished. It was Doombolt and Smite took out Ramses. He's gone, so it's cleared that objective. Then Zinch's Firestorm took out 3 Necron Warriors across there. So we've granted -1 to the hit rolls against the Terminators that came from Psychos across here. He's performed the action. The Rip Marines gave themselves +6 inches to their firepower for their range. They're now in range of the Tomb Blades across the other side. Smite came through and took 2 mortal wounds off of the Locust Heavy Destroyers. And then the extra move did go through with these. We used cardboard points to guarantee it, shifting the Terminators another 5. Then used Time Flux to restore the 10th model back into the squad. So it's a full squad in operation now, ready to go with the Terminators. But there they are, and they have their sights set on the 2nd unit of Necron Warriors. We've gone to shooting phase for the Thousand Suns next. Okay, so shooting resolved. Firepower across here took down 1 Tomb Blade and wounded another. Then across here, forgot about this one. We almost got the wipeouts. We took down the
15 out of 16.
Yeah, 15 out of 16 slain. Vitally, Tom kept 1 alive. 4 got back up for animation protocols, and they've strung out onto the objectives. Now Tom recaptures it for vitally worth 5 points. I don't think we really have any units that can try and get them in close combat. But anyway, damage is hefty enough. We spent 3 CP here again to get the extra shot, and then +1 to the wound rolls to try and get the wipeout. But it didn't quite pay off for the Terminators this time around. But dangerous enough. Anyway, so that shooting phase finished. We're on to charges next.
Well,
yeah, no, go for it. Tom's going to Overwatch. Rerolling once. Hard wide hatred.
Chance. No,
didn't do it. Okay, and then our charge will.
I had no other choice. I had to give it a go.
Charge will go ahead here. 11. Interesting. Okay, so I rolled 11 for my flying charges. In they go, landing there with the Demon Prince against the Locust Heavy Destroyers. Finally, contact is made with that sniping unit. Combat across here as well, which will resolve. Okay, so combat's resolved here. Target destroyed, and then across here took down. I had 1 of the Locust Heavy Destroyers. Didn't reanimate. Tom got some wounds come through, but we passed. I think it was just 1 wound actually. Saved with the Dim Prince. So they continue to lock him down in close combat. That's the significant result across there. This game is still going to run tight. Tom's going to pick up those points for primaries. Yeah, there's morale to do on that squad as well, which Tom can figure out. Then my secondary's drawn, not particularly good here. Overwhelming Firepower, which I don't think we've done. Continued on from last turn. Bring It Down, which is the gangly thing in the corner, which we haven't touched. Then Investigate Sight was the other, which is performing action in the centre of the table, which we are some distance away from as well. So
I need to roll very low.
1.
I'll do.
Auto pass morale. Nice. Necron Warriors happy to carry on here. So we'll calculate points at this stage, but time's running out. We've only got one more turn left for the 1000 Suns after this. We'll calculate points at the end of turn 4 for them. Points have come through for the 1000 Suns, mostly for primaries. Another 10 points coming through. 4 points for actions being performed across there with the Psycho, across here with the Zangors, which has helped. Has pushed us on to 53 points to 34, so there is some distance now, but Tom has a turn in hand.
Well, this is my last hurrah, this little bit here.
10 points will come through. It depends on secondaries. I've dumped one of them. I've kept Bring It Down. Maybe next time we can destroy that thing in the corner. And Overwhelming Firepower, I need to destroy something with shooting to pick up points for that. We'll go on to turn 4 now for the Necrons. Perhaps the last gasp from them. Right, movement phase here for the Necrons. Jumping over, I think Tom's perhaps planning for a turn 5 grab on the final objective there. Then backing out of close combat, restoring a wound onto Locust Heavy Destroyers, holding position with this thing. And then the Necron Warriors falling back into the ruin to go on to the objective and raise the banner for your secondary. Mm-hmm. Okay. Shooting phase next. Toon Blades firing down. Talent for Annihilation being used. 3 mortal wounds have just been caused. And that's my saves as well. 3 up for the Dim Prince. I think I'm alive with 1 wound left. 3 mortal wounds. Plus 4, 7. It's an 8 wound model. So he lives and he has a single wound remaining. Oh, I thought he was pretty safe. But Toon Blades with combination there with the stratagem. Very nasty indeed.
Back at first to 2 shots?
Yeah, just capturing the last bit here. So he's going to fire across there and try and strip the last wound off him. So the chance this Doomstalker to do something.
1 wound.
Got a wound. You've done it. 4 up to stay alive. Ooh.
Okay. D6 shots.
The big gun. Here we go. 5 shots. This is it. This is it. 4s. 3. This is good. 2 wounds go through. 4 plus vulnerable saves. I've got a CP reroll on standby. I'll see if we can pass these. 1 makes it through. I have to command reroll. 50-50 chance. Well, we hold. The invite save holds. Oh, right, okay. So firepower from there done into him. Almost brought him down.
Action.
Yeah, so we say that the action can fail because Tom's going to stop that.
Yeah, I'm going to stop and shoot
he's going to offload a volley into the Dim Prince. He's had enough of him. 3s. 5s. 1 dice. 1 dice to rule them all, and in the darkness bind them. 6.
Well, that sums up the game, kids.
He tried. Tom absolutely tried. 10 out of 10 for trying here. But Dim Prince remains alive in defiance of Necron Firepower. Shooting phase finished. Everything was directed against the Dim Prince in the end. But
I think I'm done.
I think the game's over as well.
I can't pull that back.
Yeah, there's no melees to take place. If we're to go on to 1000 Suns, well, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll give you a total score here, and then we can
pile in there and just kill them. By the way.
Oh, I've got myself a combat.
Yeah. You can just tap into that.
In.
Yeah.
All right, we'll do that. We'll just keep rolling here. Talon, wounds, save of 6 up. It's good.
Nope.
No, it's just 1 slain, and then 5 attacks in 2s. All of them. Oh, it's the rampaging Dim Prince. 2s to wound. 4 at -3. It's 4 slain. It's not even a roll.
Yep, everyone's dead.
And he's just killed them off. Okay, I think that's...
That's why I needed to kill him, because otherwise he could have just heroically intervened in and killed them.
Yeah.
And then it would have cancelled that action anyway, so...
Okay. Right, we'll calculate points at this stage and then we can give you a projection ahead, but we reckon Thousand Suns have got victory. Yeah, the problem was the action that Tom was performing, he stopped that because he wanted to fight Doom Prince. That denied that 5 points and coming through. So...
if I hadn't have shot you, you could have just heroically intervened and killed me anyway.
You had to shoot me.
So I might as well have shot you.
So it was stuck, yeah. Okay. So 53 points to 44 at this stage. Thousand Suns now. This objective's cleared. That objective's cleared as well, so it's going to create a real problem for Toon Blades. You know, what do they do? Which objective do they try and claim? Thousand Suns set out to control the 3, and they did that and managed to keep the Necrons at bay, and then at the right point push out and go on the aggressive as well. We've got a charge across here potentially of this also. So happy enough?
Yeah.
Thousand Suns have it?
Yeah, there's nothing. I've got two units left.
Okay. This faction here has been tipped by a good few that they'll make it through to the grand final and possibly be the champions, but they have destroyed the current champions here. Necrons have been halted. Their bid for glory and to retain the crown is over. The crown has been snatched. No, it's not been snatched. We don't know who's won yet, the league. The crown's been dropped at this point, but the new champion yet to be established. It could be the Thousand Suns, but there's other factions.
It could be a pesky little grot that's run off with it.
It could be the Orcs.
Grots.
Yeah.
You never know.
So yeah, it could be. It's wide open here for Chaos. Imperium is still in.
But see who
and Xenos.
See who the Thousand Suns will fight on the Plus channel.
Yes.
We won't spoil it for you.
Yeah. No, that's right. That game's been resolved. So we actually know who the Thousand Suns will be fighting in the next battle. If you check out the battle over on YouTube channel membership, it's Thousands Grey Drukhari versus Grey Knights. That battle available on channel membership. You'll see the winner, and then you'll know who the Thousand Suns will face. So that's the battle. Chaos prevails against Xenos in this fight. I'll call out the silver level patrons. That's Dawson Backen, Jason Martinez, Marcus Olsen, Peter Goodall, Ross Caldwell, William Schwarz, and Zachary Lee. Good game here. Thousand Suns went aggressive immediately. I think they had to. Necrons are durable enough, and then just kept that up from one turn to the next to manage to see the game through. Although it did drag out to the final turn of the game. Units of the game for both sides, Tom? I got to go here. I mean, this is the heartbeat of the army. This combo of a solid Terminator unit and then some nasty Psychers.
I honestly almost think you could have just taken a 10-man squad of Terminators and still won the game. They're so scary.
Yeah.
Ignoring the rend, then like being Necrons themselves and getting back up.
Yeah.
They are horrifying.
Watch those in the future games. That'll be the unit to watch for sure. I'm going to give it to them. Honourable mention to these two Psychers. Hard-working Psychers, mortal wounds come through from them. So good hard work from sort of the core of the
I'm going to go
with the Cowboy.
Yeah.
Yeah, for gunning down all the cultists.
More like moment of the game rather than unit of the game. I don't really have many units of the game. So.
But 2 units of cultists, he paid for himself in points. Yeah, with points to spare. That's a good work from the Hexmark Destroyer. That's units of the game for both sides. Keep a look out for more battle reports on YouTube and YouTube channel membership. Thanks for watching and tune in next time.